Attention car shoppers. Right now at South Carolina Federal Credit Union, you can get a new or used auto loan and pay nothing until 2024. And no payments for 90 days means nothing out of pocket going into the new year. Plus, we have flexible rates and terms, so you could make the best financial choice for you. Learn more at scfederal.org/auto loans. That's scfederal.org/auto loans. Certain restrictions apply. Existing South Carolina Federal credit loans are excluded.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You know those times when you get invited to a party as a guest?
But he took me to a John Legend private concert. I didn't even know that's what we were doing.
We're walking with Michael Jackson.
And you have no idea what you're in for.
And he grabs me by my jacket. He's like, yo, we got to get the out of here because you are about to die.
This is a podcast about just that.
They're going to arrest us for being on mushrooms at a wizard park. We're in trouble.
This is Plus One Stories.
We are here and back with another episode of Plus One Stories. I'm your host, Chris Donovan, and this week the show is a little different. What I do is I bring my wife on, Evelyn, I love her so much, and we discuss some times where she was a plus one to me, and then I go in on a couple stories about me being a plus one with someone else. A little teaser here for you. The first story, I meet Lemmy from Motorhead, and the second story, I'm in the game room at the Playboy Mansion. So big shout out to my wife. You can follow her across platforms at Evelyn Erives. Go to thisisfunner.com. Check out all the other podcasts and online content. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you like the podcast, please tell a friend. So with all that out of the way, enjoy my conversation with my wife about her being my plus one. And then you get to hear two stories about me living it up in LA. Thanks for listening. Okay, we're back with another episode of Plus One Stories. I'm Chris Donovan, and I'm sitting here with my lovely wife.
Hi.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited. I love this podcast.
I do too.
I really love this podcast.
She never says that about any of my podcasts, so I know she's genuine.
This is the first time I've ever loved anything you're doing.
No, not true. Just the podcast, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't listen to any of the other ones.
I do too. I'm sitting here usually when you're recording.
That's true. But no, I wanted to bring you on the show today because I'm going to tell you about a couple of plus ones that I went through that I want to go in depth about.
Okay, so I get to interview you?
Yeah.
Nice.
But first, I want to go over a few plus ones that we've been a part of.
Oh, together?
Either me with you or you with I.
Okay.
If that's the correct way to put it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're forever plus ones now.
Eternal plus ones is how Renee Trevino
said it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, the first week we met, we went to a few things over the weekend. One was Panic at the Disco concert.
Okay, so the first week we met, Chris was really laying it on thick, all right? He was trying to impress the hell out of me.
I had connections.
You did have connections.
I did. Because I've worked in entertainment in like concert venues like the House of Blues in the Grove.
Yeah.
And that's got me the connections to see free concerts and stuff.
All the time.
It's so much fun.
So Panic at the Disco was that Monday after we met.
Yes. And because over the weekend we had gone to a comedy show.
We went to Ralphie May and yeah.
But that was all stuff we did together knowing everybody that was going to be
Yeah, we knew Ralphie.
Yeah. So we go to Panic at the Disco. We're there. We get there. It's packed. Mm-hmm. It is packed. And I'm like, I kind of don't want to go down front and like being squished with all these people and stuff. So I'm like, come back here. So we go to the very back of the Grove. And this is the Grove in Anaheim, which is near all the stadiums and stuff.
Yeah.
And in the very back on the floor level, it's just a raised stair platform where the front of house is with audio and video.
Yeah, it's next to the sound crew.
It's basically what it is. So I'm like, let's go up there. I know those guys. So we just went back there and had like, I mean, not a huge, but like a 5-foot balcony view over everyone.
It was perfect. It was so much better. I didn't want to go, I didn't want to go with the general people.
Plus, we probably made out a little bit.
I'm pretty sure we did.
But
we were new. It was only a few days old, our relationship.
Yeah, like less than a week.
It was definite make-out time.
Yes.
Lots of it.
And we went to the bar a couple times, and then I think I showed you the VIP rooms and stuff.
Yeah. It was really cool. I was like, oh, okay, this guy's legit.
That was a fun concert. And then I think there's another concert that I sent you to, actually.
You did. You sent me to Justin Timberlake.
I did. How'd that go?
Which is really hilarious. You want me to say the story?
Yeah, just a little one. Not a bit. Don't go. You have another one.
Okay. So so you were working at the House of Blues at the time, and you had found out like there was going to be a secret show from a really, really big artist, but no one was allowed to know about it yet. And if I wanted to go, to let you know, because we could buy the tickets. And I was like, who is it? And you said Justin Timberlake. And I'm like, buy those tickets right now. Right now.
This was right at the right when Future Sex Love Sounds came out.
It hadn't even come out yet.
I know.
It hadn't even come out yet.
That album lived in our life for about 10 years.
Oh, yeah, it still does. I still listen to that album. No, but so you couldn't make it with me. I had bought 2 tickets. And I'm like, okay, well, who am I going to go to this then with? And I took my ex-boyfriend.
Everybody's like, you let her do that? I'm like, I don't let her do anything.
Gives me so much crap about this at work still, because it's a coworker of mine, from years ago that we used to date. And so, again, he and I actually only broken up about 6 months prior.
Oh yeah, he was still thirsty.
He was probably hoping that I was taking him for a different reason.
Yes,
but I wasn't. I was like, my current boyfriend is the reason that we're here, right?
Right. So you got to go do that, which was fun.
It was the best. That was. It's a tiny venue.
Yeah, the House of Blues isn't even there anymore. They tore it down, but it didn't have more than 4,000 people tops. Not even that.
Not even that. And like Cameron Diaz at the time was dating Justin Timberlake, and I had kind of planted myself at a really good part, like right next to the bar on the right side of the stage, really close to the stage. And I was so excited. So I could look up into the pews, which were up in the VIP area.
Loge.
And I could see Cameron Diaz up there jamming out. Like, I'm like, oh my God, Cameron Diaz is here. There was just so many celebrities because it was like the secret.
It was the secret show. He told his friends to come to, probably.
Yeah. And he put on such an amazing show. And I was so excited for that album to come out because I loved every song on it. And I didn't even know him, so it was so cool.
You know what's funny is that's not the only show I've sent you to that I didn't go to. I also sent you to the New Kids on the Block at the House of Blues in Los Angeles when they were rehearsing for their new tour.
So this is prior to us getting married.
Yes, it is.
It had to be, this was right before we were getting married. We were engaged.
Yeah.
And you found out that they were going to do this little rehearsal for Good Morning America. Mm-hmm. And if I wanted to go, you were going to put my name down on the list. And I'm like, I have to go to this. Yes, I haven't seen New Kids on the Block since 3rd grade. And I need to go.
And I told her, I can't guarantee this because I'm kind of asking a favor, but I've asked a couple people and I'm trying a couple angles. And you said, okay, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Both those people came through.
I know. And so me and my cousin went.
I know.
And my cousin and I, we went to the concert. That was our first concert when we were in 3rd grade.
Oh,
so it was so full circle for her and I. We were like little girls. At the House of Blues, we could drink, so it was even better at that point. And it was like nothing but like moms, like me. It was all women our age.
This was right before they came back and did that whole Back to the World tour.
This was their
stuff.
Getting back together. Mm-hmm. They did a quick set. I want to say it was only 30 minutes.
Long.
It was really short, but it was because they were practicing for their big show that was going to be on Good Morning America that next Friday. And so they wanted to run through the numbers to make sure it was work. And of course, it's all their hits. So we're crying like little girls, like, this is the greatest night of our lives. We were dying.
Women.
We were dying laughing the entire night because it was just so nostalgic for us and for everybody in there that loved New Kids on the Block, because clearly these are hardcore fans. If you're in there, it was the greatest.
Well, you did take me to see him later on.
I did force you against your will, and you had fun.
I did. The only other one that I wanted to bring up before we go, and this is funny because they're all associated with the House of Blues or the Grove where
I thought
works.
I was going to be interviewing you.
I know, but I want to talk about one more before you.
Okay.
Britney Spears.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
This one everybody knew. And it was like, she's going to be there. We don't know how long. We don't know if she's singing. We don't know anything, but she's going to perform. And it was opened up to the employees first, and that's the only reason I got tickets.
Yeah. So you bought me a ticket.
I had bought us tickets.
You did you? I felt like you were working.
I was not working that night. I made sure I wasn't.
It was us just, that's right. Okay, yeah.
So then I took you, and we're sitting there. We got great seats.
Great seats. I remember that.
All the iHeart people at the time from Kiss FM were down there.
Oh, yeah. Everybody. Because it was this really VIP exclusive thingy that was so cool.
I want to say Kelly Fedorowski might have been there, too.
I think she might have been there. And it was it was a really short show. Like, it was so much hype, and she didn't. It was really just dancing. But it was because I think she was thinking about going back on the road. But now that I look back at it, with all the conservatorship stuff, I wonder who made her go and do that show, because it was a really, really short show. And it was after like all the scandal, and she had no hair, but she had a wig on.
Yeah, and it was a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
Bright lights shining at the audience, not at her, so we could barely kind of see her a lot. So it was really weird.
It was really during that, I think, a really hard time for her.
I'm sure.
Because, just hindsight now, like in the moment, we were just like, kiss Britney Spears. But like looking back at it now with all the things she's been through, I bet that was a really hard time for her, because she really wasn't on stage for long.
She wasn't. Like, I mean, when we say not long, we're like less than 3 minutes.
It was really short.
Yeah. It wasn't even a song.
I don't even think it was. What was it?
It was like a medley of music. She left stage for a second, came back out, did a little bit more, and then
it was over.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, that was fun.
At least there's beer.
Yeah, right? And cheap, because I worked there.
And remember, she didn't come out till like midnight or some crazy. We were so tired because we're old, and we're just like, oh God, I want to go home. I have to work early in the morning tomorrow. And she didn't come out till like really late.
But you got to talk about it.
I did.
Yep.
And it was kind of cool.
Okay.
Okay, can I interview you now?
Yes.
All right. So tell me about the time that you were a +1 with one of your friends.
Okay, so it was more like my boss.
You used to live with your boss?
Correct. Yeah, when I was working at X1039 in the Inland Empire, which we all know about, RIP. It's my boss was Jake. He came in from State Farm. No, I'm just kidding. He came in from the Midwest. He came over here, got the PD job. And he needed...
That's program director.
Sorry. My boss.
Got
basically
it.
got my boss's job. And he needed a roommate, and I needed a place to stay. So he was very...
Isn't that the story of your life?
Yeah, that's pretty much the story of my life. That's why I married you.
I gave you a permanent place to stay.
So I lived with him, and not only living with him, he didn't have a whole lot of friends. So it was very easy for him to go, hey, I got 2 tickets for this tonight because, record reps and stuff. Want to go? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So this one was to the House of Blues in L.A.
Okay.
I think I'd worked there, not L.A., but one of the House of Blues. And we're going to see Black Label Society.
Okay.
Now, Black Label Society is led by Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde is the guitar player for Ozzy Osbourne's band.
Okay.
So
it's a rock, heavy metal band?
Heavy metal band.
Okay.
Yeah, very heavy, long hair, 80s.
Got it. Okay.
And around that time, there was a band called Mantis in the Inland Empire.
Yes.
And they were competing on this MTV show. And I don't remember the name of it, but we had them on the TV. We had them on
your show, on your morning show?
Our morning show a lot of the times. And they were touring. They got to play with Ozfest. So they met a lot of the Ozzy's guys.
Nice.
So one of Ozzy's right-hand men came with him. So we met him beforehand. So then we're, back there at House of Blues in L.A., had dinner, little tangent here, having dinner. We're getting ready to go down and watch the concert. And I look over and I see this guy that I know by the name of Vladimir.
Okay.
Okay, now, so if you've ever seen the movie The Program.
Okay, no.
Okay, it's a football movie about
That's why.
a college football movie. One of the defensive players is this crazy steroided out white dude. It's like, it's the parody of that character inside this whole college football type thing.
Okay.
In the movie. Well, his nickname in the movie is Latimer.
Okay.
So that's how I knew him.
So did you say that to him?
I did. I yelled it from across the room.
Oh, you're so annoying.
I said, hey, Latimer.
Oh.
He turned around. Oh. That's his real nickname in real life.
Oh, it is?
It is. And what's funny is the guy that owns X1039 and now Hot 1039, Dwayne, was in that movie also.
Oh,
so that was my in.
Yes,
so
you had something else to talk to him about.
Correct. I said, hey, I work for your friend, Dwayne. And he goes, what? And I go, yeah, we do the morning show. We do an interview because he just did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He was Leatherface.
Oh, okay.
So he said, sure, here's my number. Let me go. We'll set it up. Cool. That was my tangent next to going, now I'm going downstairs to watch Zakk Wylde.
Okay, awesome.
Black Label Society's playing. Good, yay, concert's over, had a few drinks. We get to go backstage.
Nice.
We know people.
Because, you're special, you're VIP.
We also get to interview Zakk Wylde, talk to him for a little bit about Ozfest and stuff. And then who's back there? The guy we met with Mantis on the radio show. So we're hanging out with that guy. And then who else comes back? Mantis is back there.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, cool. We got a room across the street. Let's go over there. So we go over.
So they just invite you.
Everybody just heads across the street to the Radisson, I think is what it was at the time. Because the House of Blues is tore down now up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure the Radisson's probably tore down by now, too.
But we go there and we have a room. I don't even know where the room was, but we go to our room. Mantis is there. We got drinks, everything.
So you already had a room there?
Yes.
Okay.
We had a room through the record label that sent us.
Okay, got it.
Because we didn't want to drive back at like 1 a.m.
So you invited Mantis back to your guys' room.
Yes. And and Zach Wilde, we didn't invite him because he's obviously more important.
He probably has a house in the Hollywood Hills.
I think it was Ozzy's assistant or whatever.
Okay.
He ended up coming with us too.
Nice.
So we go to their Radisson. We're having
that sounds like it's going to get really violent in that hotel room.
Well, not too violent. We found out there was a party upstairs.
Oh, okay.
We go upstairs and we walk into this room. Just a hotel room. I mean, it wasn't like it was a huge suite, but it was a little larger.
Okay.
There was enough room to walk around. Ice chest, grab myself a drink.
You just go into somebody's ice chest?
Yeah, that's how I roll. So we're sitting there, and it's like there's some girls sitting over here on the couch and stuff talking. There's a few girls outside. There's a guy outside. I'm with my boss, 2 people from Mantis, the Aussie guy, and then I think there's a couple other guys there. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there, and we talk to the girls, and there's some rock band from Hollywood. You know, they're just in the circuit doing the thing. And then my boss nudges me, and I go, "What?" Because I didn't like it much at the time.
You were mad at him or what?
Well, at that point,
brought you there.
I know, but there's other stories where he ditched me.
Okay, got it.
We'll get to those later. So we're there, and he elbows me, and I'm like, what? He goes, you know who that is? And I'm like, who? Where? No, which one? He goes, out there on the patio. And I go, no, who is that? And he goes, that's Lemmy from Motorhead.
Oh, nice.
And I go, what? Oh, shit, it is. And he's iconic to the Hollywood scene.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Room, they named the outside patio the Lemmy patio.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they named it, but it's his
something like
tribute
that
to him. Mm-hmm. There's a big mural there. And he's sitting there with his whiskey and a cigarette, which could have been laced. And he's just sitting there sipping, leaning over the balcony, talking to this chick. And so then we go out there and we start talking to him. And Jake didn't go too far, which was nice because sometimes he likes to go, you know, I'd love to have you on the radio show. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, just go out there and have a drink with this guy.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And we hung out. And that was cool. And then that's not even the end of it. So we're there still partying.
Okay.
I don't know what time it is. Mantis still hanging out with us. The Aussie guy's gone. And there's 2 members of Mantis still there. They're going, dude, we don't want to drive home. Oh. I'm like, well, you can crash in our room. Like, okay, cool. So I don't know how this happened, but the one that was supposed to have the room, we had 2 beds. Jake had one, I had the other.
Okay.
Ended up sleeping on the floor.
Oh, that's jacked up.
Not exactly sure how that happened.
I think you might have been hammered.
I know that we probably were.
Yeah.
But yes, ended up waking up on the floor. One of the other members of Mantis slept on the floor on the other side of the room, and then the other guy had the bed, the jerk.
All to himself.
Yes. So yeah,
That's funny.
That was one of my few nights in Hollywood that I've gone through.
You living that rock star life.
I was trying.
You were.
I was trying. I was in a band. I was the lead singer in a band.
I know. You know, when we first met, you were.
And I was doing comedy.
And then you quit, like the band disbanded or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I never got to see you perform.
No, and I think it was the weekend prior was my last performance, and that was at Angels in Yucaipa, where they have a big stage.
Yeah, I know. Too bad I couldn't have met you 1 week before.
I know.
Would have loved to see you on stage. You got a good voice.
Thank you. I also do stand-up comedy, which you saw me do, and then I failed, and then I stopped for a long time.
And then I was like, just don't do that again. No, I was kidding.
But I did do it again.
I've seen you be successful at comedy.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Before we go, one more. This one's actually quite topical right now because we are watching the documentary about the Playboy Mansion.
Yes. Oh, my God. It's crazy.
For some reason, every guy that I've talked to about the Playboy Mansion, like, oh, my God, you got to go? Mm-hmm. It never really was on my bucket list or anything like that. Yay. I don't know. It didn't matter to me. So when I got offered to go, I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't care.
No, that's not how it happened.
Listen. Our friend.
I know this story.
Our friend Eddie asked me to go. And yes. I said, sure, I'd love to. And he goes, do you want to ask your wife? And I go, do I have to? And I guess that was a thing because it's the Playboy Mansion.
Yes, it is a thing.
It doesn't bother me.
I mean, but I think you knew I was going to say yes, so that wasn't going to be an issue. But also, yes, it is a thing. It's the freaking Playboy Mansion, and it's got history.
Yeah, but this is okay. So let me preface that with this is a black tie P. Diddy party.
Oh, God, yes.
After some award show.
Yes.
I want to say it was probably after the Grammys.
I don't know.
That year or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going. So anyway, I get invited. I'm excited. I get to go to the Playboy Mansion. Cool. We're wearing suits because we're supposed to go black tie. Mind you, none of the celebrities dress up. Jackholes.
Because no, they have a stylist
Right.
that makes them wear a specific, this is what your look is tonight.
No. Too Short wore Dickies and a T-shirt.
Because Too Short is too short.
So anyway, so we get invited. We go. We on our way to the mansion. Now, I didn't know this until that night, but apparently at these parties at the mansion, unless you're an A list, you park in some parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
5 miles away, you jump on a party bus and you go in.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I did not know that. I'm like, well, crap, I don't want to get on a bus with a bunch of idiots. And he's like, hold on. And now the reason Eddie has tickets is because he owns some businesses out here in the Inland Empire and hires security systems to be installed and stuff. The person that was installing his security systems in his businesses also worked security at the Playboy Mansion.
Nice. Good connection.
So he was the one that got us in.
Yeah.
So he said, go ahead and just pull right up to the mansion. I'll get you in.
Hilarious.
So we pull right up to the gate right there at the street. And, you know, the house is way back there.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. And then they call it in. What was the name again? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go on up. So then we're like,
What? We're getting driven all the way to the door.
yeah. And then, of course, the limo, it's dark out. So the limo's already got dark windows. So you can't see a ton. But we're like looking and we pull by the house.
So people are definitely, and now they're trying to figure out who you guys are. That you're
Exactly.
getting escorted up to the door.
And they're driving us right up. And we didn't stop at the door because there's an entrance after the door. It's like a grass entrance by the pool. And we drive right up there, and there were a handful of photographers, I'm sure handpicked, to be there to take pictures. So we could see them. Like, who's it? Who's in the car? Who's in the car?
Oh, it's just a bunch of nobodies.
Open the door, stand out. They're like, oh, that's no one. I felt like someone. I'm like, dude,
You were someone.
we get to. This is wow.
This is crazy.
I'm like, I didn't know about the bus, but I'm glad we didn't have to do that now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Did you have to take a bus back to the limo, though, after it was over?
No, we actually got to walk around the grounds a little bit, unlike other people, and got picked up right back there.
Nice.
I know. So that worked out.
So how was the party?
So, spoilers, that was the end of the story. So we get out. The photographers are thoroughly disappointed. We walk back there, and it's nice. You like walk in there. To the right's the grotto. To the left is a small open area, and then there's the bigger grass area that has a tent over it where the band's playing.
The party's happening.
The party's happening. The sushi bar is at where outside of the tent was the auction items and stuff like that, because it's always charity driven sometimes.
Right.
So we get in there, and the first thing I see, Too Short.
Nice.
He just sitting there, just standing by himself. He didn't have anybody hanging out with him most of the night. No, he wasn't getting it at all until P. Diddy called him out on stage when he was up there performing, and he made Too Short come out on stage and do a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool. But P. Diddy was dressed up a little more than Too Short in a Dickies t-shirt. Anyway, saw him right away.
Cool.
We're sitting there, and I'm like, let's get some food. And of course, the food is amazing.
Oh, nice.
And they had the all-you-can-eat sushi buffet. And it was stocked, and I ate so much sushi. But there was steaks and chicken, everything. But I just stuck to sushi and Red Bull vodkas.
Okay.
The sushi was really good though. So I'm standing there by the sushi bar. My friends are taking pictures with all these girls. I'm like, oh, go ahead and do that. Whatever you want to do. I'm standing by the sushi bar, and Pam Anderson's on stage.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's her. That's barbed wire. And which is funny because we're also watching a show about her. She is up there talking about something or saying something and introducing someone.
I remember you saying she was pretty hammered.
So yeah, she gets up there, she says something, and she gets off the stage, and then I'm standing by the sushi bar just eating. Like, I'm a good 30 yards from the stage, but there's not a lot of people in my way. But I'm not getting up close.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting back there, I'm eating my sushi, and here she comes, walking with two people helping her walk. She was tossed. She was so drunk. Now, I can't tell you who else I saw.
I thought you said you saw...
Wait.
Oh,
for it.
okay.
I can't tell you who else I saw in the tent because there were so many people in there and a lot of heads and people moving around. But I know P. Diddy was on stage. Jay-Z I saw with him. And then Too Short and Pam Anderson. That's the people I can tell you that I saw there. I think I saw Hef, but I don't remember. Then we go adventuring. I'm like... He's like, let's go for a walk. I'm like, can we? He goes, yeah. So we go with his buddy.
Oh my goodness.
He's part of the security unit there.
Of course.
We walk around.
You guys look like you're getting escorted.
We do. We walk through the white curtain to go on the back side of the tent. There's all the servers and all their stuff doing their things. And then we start walking around the mansion. He's showing us some things. And I see these two people walking toward us. I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, hey, Eddie, is that Chris Brown? He goes, yeah, that's Chris Brown. Cool. Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? How you doing? Gave him a big old hand, chest bump real quick. Hey, man, good to see you. You too. All right, take care, man. Hey, you're cool, too. He was with Busta Rhymes.
Oh, shoot. Shut up.
Yeah. We start walking away, and he goes, do you know him? And I go, nope. I've met him a couple times. He will never remember me. But no, I just walked up to him like I knew him.
Like you knew him.
You know, he's walking away going, who the hell is that white dude?
Who was that? Dude, I made him before.
So, and then Busta was there. That was even funnier because I didn't really recognize him until we were walking away.
That's so funny.
Then we get to go over to, which is a place a lot of people don't get to go, is the game room.
Yes. Which is infamous.
I think so. But it's like the front door is, if you were standing at the front door looking out, it would be across the yard.
Okay.
And there was like statues everywhere. It was really dope when we got to walk around the grounds.
Yeah, that's probably what I would want to do. Yeah.
No, it didn't go in the house at all. Mm-hmm. Just went into this game room. And there were pinball games.
Mm-hmm. Did you touch things?
I played pinball.
How sticky was it?
I played pool. I didn't get on the pool table because I'm sure that's where the mess was. But I played pool.
Was there a black light anywhere?
No, I'm sure that's illegal in that room. But they had some really cool, which I'm guessing is authentic and probably really expensive, like murals of Hef and old pictures and old memorabilia and all this stuff that's probably worth millions at auction. In there, like custom pinball games from Playboy that are old from the 60s.
Yeah.
And all this really cool stuff. So I'm playing pinball. We played a little bit of pool. We had a few more drinks. And it was just so cool to go through that stuff because the party, whatever. I don't.
And you were married, for the record, at the time.
But also, you know me.
Yeah.
I don't care about a lot of the extravagant stuff. I'm also not a jealous person. I also, so we get done with the the game room. Limo comes around, picks us up. We get home. Let me go back real quick. Let me go back real quick.
I thought you saw Jenny McCarthy.
I probably did.
I thought that's who you said was like I vaguely remember that story.
She was probably there. She wasn't hammered. Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson was the hammered one.
There was something else I wanted to say because we got there kind of, I don't want to say early, but before a lot of the buses, I should say.
Okay.
So because we didn't have to do all that garbage. So when we first got there, it's basically an outdoor. It's like basically like a public restroom right next to the pool. It's men's, women's. There's 3 stalls or whatever. It wasn't busy. Go in there, go to the restroom, no big deal. Well, toward the end of the night, there's a big ass line.
Oh yeah.
There's no men's. There's no women's. It's just go wherever.
Yeah.
Go into your stall. Like
get in where you fit in.
It's a women's bathroom. Just go in there and don't look at the women. And people were just going in and going to the bathroom wherever they wanted to, in the restrooms, in the stalls and stuff. Except for me.
Oh Lord.
Well, it was a pool house, so there was a drain. It was a shower. So I stood in the shower and I peed in the shower.
Ew.
But at least I went into the men's restroom.
Gross.
Yeah, I hit the drain. It was a shower at the Playboy Mansion. There's a lot dirtier things.
I was gonna say for sure that restroom had seen other things.
Oh yeah, so
way more.
The line was way too long, and I couldn't hold it, and I wasn't gonna go swimming in my suit. So. Now we're back at the game room. I looked at all the stuff on the wall. I played a little bit of a pool and some pinball, and then we just basically get in the car and head home. Mm-hmm. And where do you find me? This is where you could have fun.
I do remember opening the door because I was waiting for you to get home. I was concerned. Chris has a track record. So Chris is really great about texting. Like he keeps me informed and all that stuff. Then you went dark. And then I was like, okay, great. He's wasted. I don't know when he's going to be home. I have to get up to go to work in the morning. He better be here in time because it was late.
I know it was late. I was hanging out with Chris Brown.
Oh, sure. You were hanging out with Chris Brown. So I just remember being like, this guy does not get here and I have to call in sick to work. I'm going to be really freaking pissed.
Yeah, all that happened. And actually, I cut out another story, which I might release down the road, but I thought these two were better. Sorry we had to end it abruptly. I had something come up immediately and had to take care of it. So thank you for listening to the show. And again, thisisfunner.com. You can email me at info@thisisfunner.com. Catch you later.
You've survived another story. Thanks for listening, and please let us know what you think about the show by leaving a rating and review. If you have a story or want to connect with Chris, go to thisisfunner.com.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.